Good night, everyone. My name is David Capel. I published my first book of poetry, The Start of Something New, as David Hudson. Yes, my former name is David Hudson, and this is my first book of poetry. Around 1992 or so, I published my first book of poetry, The Start of Something New. This is maybe a different printing. This is not the original. I sold a good amount of my books. And also, I write poetry and wrote some greeting cards as well. And this is a greeting card. The title of it, a poem I wrote called I Really Miss You. Let me read this to you. It's not the same without you. It's really not the same. I'm trying to maintain, trying to stay sane. I'm willing to change. No need to place blame. I just want you back in my life. I want to make amends and at least be friends. My heart aches in your absence. I hunger for you. I need you. Every day is a challenge to survive, to strive, and even live. It's just not the same without you. I really miss you. I really do. I wrote this many years ago under the name of David Hudson. Let's put it around. Yeah, under the name of David Hudson. My former name, David Jeremy Hudson. And so this is my greeting card that I was starting my business with, and I had money in my accounts to, kick off my businesses. You inspired me, which is the wrong color at that time. And I did it so because I just wanted to do a trial run, and just being obedient. So I chose that color, which is not the color for me. However, my greeting cards, my storage was broken into illegally by the U.S. government, authorized by Barack Obama. And my greeting cards were stolen. $25,000 worth of greeting cards were stolen from my storage unit. And so this like I said, was authorized by President Barack Obama to oppress me financially. Again, my bank accounts, and one of my bank accounts with Best Bank was You Inspired Me. And millions of dollars were stolen from my accounts, and the entire existence of me having an account was erased. And I just recently found out that my storage unit at Extra Space, that formerly was Smart Stop Storage, was broken into, and my things were stolen out of my unit, valued at thousands of dollars. Thousands. And the U.S. government purchased Smart Stop Storage because they knew I kept my stuff there. And it's now under the name of Extra Space Storage. They illegally broke into my storage unit and stole thousands of dollars worth of things out to oppress me financially. They continue to invade my privacy in many ways beyond what you can imagine at this time for writing books. You see, I am an author. I write books. And where's my book? Another book I wrote many years ago is called When a Dream Comes True. And that's under my former name as well, David J. Hudson. David Jeremy Hudson is my former name. And so this shows you that a little bit about me. And so that's a picture of how I used to look. You can see that the similarities. A little bit of, hey boy, you look cheeky. But anyway, that's me, how I used to look somewhat former picture of me, David Hudson. And so that's me. And so this is what I do. I write books that inspire people. When a dream comes true, there's sunlight out. And we can do this at a different angle. You can see that. When a dream comes true, I wrote that many years ago. And my greeting cards. And many more. I need to go to more, but this is what I do. And so I've been targeted for writing books by President Barack Obama and the U.S. government, in which I filed a federal lawsuit, and it continued. The harassment, the threats on my life, the intimidation escalated way, way higher after President Barack Obama failed to respond to my court filing in December 2014. It escalated tremendously, and the courts failed to respond to protect myself. So my case was falsely dismissed. And so I appealed to the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals. I want to make note of this as well. The court system, the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals, 11th. 1 + 1 = 2. 11 is a negative 2. The number 2 is a negative vibration for people of color. So even this Court of Appeals, the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals, was implemented to oppress people of color. And so that's going to change, because if not, this planet won't be the same. I filed a motion to have my case number changed to 16-33333-C as in Charlie, because the two prior case numbers added up to the number, one of the numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, or 9, which are negative vibrations for people of color. So I have the legal right to request and receive a new case number of my choice. That's the law. And so my new case number will be 16-33333-C as in Charlie. And so I just want to document this, how people of color are oppressed throughout the system of government with the numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9. The 11th Circuit Court of Appeals, look at it, 11. 1 + 1 = 2. Negative vibration for people of color. That's against the law. That's going to change in my new kingdom. Barack Obama had someone, a hit and run on my sister just recently, that almost cost her her life. In an attempt to intimidate me from publishing my books that inspire others. Barack Obama, you targeted my family, and you almost killed my sister Sherry, one of my strongest supporter in my family. You targeted my sister, Barack Obama. You targeted my family. You invaded the electronic communications of my family. You monitor my text messages, telephone, cell phone. Your arrogance, your ineptitude, your silliness, your disdain for people of color must cease with imprisonment for life. Not the mental hospital, but in prison, regular jail, regular prison. So you can experience what other black males have experienced and maybe come to a state of repentance after many years in confinement. How can someone like you, Barack Obama, do the things you've done to a black male for writing books? Just write books. The start of something new. David, former name David J. Hudson, David Jeremy Hudson. Many people purchased my books. Many people's lives have changed. I've had a female purchase my books many years ago. She was just working a menial job. She read my poem called Just Dream, and she became a lawyer. Yes, she became a lawyer from reading my work. Just dream. It's not a crime to use your mind. It's not a crime to go forward in time. It's okay to hope for the best. Prepare for the future as you would a test. Score an A in life, I think it's worth the sacrifice. Shuffle your thoughts and ideas. Take out the time to conquer your fears. Dream. 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 Just dream. So my poetry has inspired a lot of people. I have a poem, which is the title of my book, The Start of Something New. Just imagine. Why settle for less? Just believe. Think positive and things of that nature. Titles that inspire people, in which the U.S. government does not want people to be inspired, especially people of color. But that's going to change. And so they've targeted myself for writing books that inspire others. Now, over the years, my writing has escalated, or should I say, expanded to understanding why people of color has been enslaved. And that's breaking down, bringing forth new monumental revelations about colors and numbers, in which I have been called forth to bring this out to people. Being obedient to a greater power. And so by being obedient, I was targeted by the U.S. government for writing books. My case number, which I filed a motion to change to 16-33333-C as in Charlie, will be successful. And I will be appointed king and high priest. And those who have disrespected my name must be held accountable. It's only right, it's only fair that everyone involved be held accountable for their actions. My name is David Capel.